Hello there, Capricorn. It's so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing a special reading. We're going to ask Spirit about your soul's purpose. What lessons you are learning on your soul's path, and also what you are destined to do while you are here. So we'll take a look at that. And then we'll see where you're kind of like this is playing out into in your life. So anyway, if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it. If you would consider commenting, or subscribing, I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, be spirit, sweet results await. Now this is your animal spirit. This is, I'm getting a sense of stay hopeful. That, Capricorn, you're such a hard worker that your work, your hard work, your diligence, your perseverance is going to pay off. And you may feel at this time that you're not sure it is, but it's a message of hope that I'm really getting there. A message of hope. Wow. Okay, your soul's traveler card, grounding, go deep, explore your roots. Grounding is so important. You can do this in a lot of ways, spending time in nature, spending time with yourself, looking at nature, walking barefoot outside, swimming in water is all good. Eating root vegetables, things that are grown underground, eating red foods, because it is your red chakra. All of those things can help you to get into a place where sometimes I feel like there's a little bit of a sense of needing more hope for your future. You may be kind of bogged down right now, feeling overworked or something, but there's this sense of it being hopeful for the future. But I feel like you really need to, take some time to go inside, to understand what it is that you're feeling at this time. Interesting. Okay, and your Moonology card, step out of your comfort zone, North Node. It says explore your roots and then step out of your comfort zone. I almost feel as if there's an energy of, you may need to try new things. And it could be just, if you're feeling stuck, I feel like you're a little bit stuck and maybe losing hope about your future or about manifesting something that you want in your life. This is part of your path, is to understand that sometimes when we get stuck, we can't continue on doing things exactly the same way. Perseverance, like you have a lot of perseverance. It's almost like you're persevering, but you're not thriving. And the reason you're not thriving is because you're doing the same thing over and over again. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone. It could be something as simple as changing up your daily routine, go driving to work and coming home in different ways, exploring new places, maybe even if you're from another country or something and you've never gone to visit like your where your ancestors grew up or were born or something like that, going and exploring that country. There's a sense of needing to get out. You've pinned yourself in too much. And there's a need for you to kind of like spread your wings a little bit. Okay, really interesting. Let's see how that plays out in this. So let's take a look at your overall soul's purpose, and how that's playing out in your life and your biggest obstacle. So interesting. Time to go. Yeah, there's a situation in your life and it's time. It's over. It's kind of like, okay, this is strange. They're giving me milking a cow, and they're saying, the milk is gone. You've milked the cow as much as you're going to get out of the cow. It's time to go to the next cow. Really interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's something you're trying to manifest. It's number 11. Interesting because Aquarius had a similar energy, but theirs was different. Yours is you're trying to manifest, but you're trying to bring it in the same way. You are going to get this. Remember, you have sweet results await. You're going to get whatever it is that you're wanting. It's almost like you're milking that cow, but the cow is dried up. There is no more milk, at least not right now. It's about moving out of your comfort zone, going to another cow, going to another dairy farm. I don't know. Exploring different ways to get milk, I guess. I don't know. I feel like they've sent me down a path I don't want to go down. And taking action. It's kind of like, no, I'm going to stay here and I'm just going to stay with this cow. And it's kind of like, okay, but that cow needs a break. And you're kind of like, well, I'm not going to another cow. Cash cow. They're saying cash cow. You've milked something for all that it's got. So Capricorn, however that means for you, that is like, so you could be in a job. It's kind of like a dead end job. You're not going to be promoted. You're not going to get a raise. You've gone as far as you possibly can. It's like, no, you're persevering. You're thinking, no, I have to stay here. I have to, there's going to be more milk. And whatever this is, an idea, a job, a relationship, whatever this is, it's done. It's done. It is time to go. It's time to go and get your happy. It's time to rebirth yourself somewhere else with a different cow. It's about taking action. It's almost as if, and Capricorn, you are not lazy. But it's almost like you're laying here on the banks of this river, expecting like your ship to come in, right? But what you don't realize is that this river is too shallow. There's not enough water in this river for a boat to come in. Your ship can never come in. All you could ever get is a little raft that would, float down this river. If you want a ship, if you want more than what you have right now, if you want the sweet results, you have to get up from this tree and you have to move. You have to walk. You have to be like the elephants. You have to walk across the plains. You have to go find another river, an ocean, You're playing too small. You're definitely playing too small because you're trying to stay comfortable. You don't want to change. You don't want to change. Change is hard. And so you don't want to change. You just want to stay where you are. But you're not going to get, if you're really happy with how much milk you're getting out of the cow right now, then that's fine. But if not, you have to make a change. I feel like part of your soul's purpose is learning how to deal with change. Gracefully deal with change. Okay, so this is interesting. This is your overall child magical. So we all have light and shadow attributes. The light is about our gifts and our talents, how we shine light and love out to the rest of the world. It's, our special thing, that we all have. And then the shadow attributes are really, the things that prevent us from shining our light brightly. And the shadow really comes from, inner child wounds. It's not because you're bad. It's because there's been a wound somewhere that needs to be healed. And when you heal that wound, right, then you can shine your light even more brightly. So overall on your, path, you have the light attributes of seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. Believing that cow is going to produce all the milk you would ever want, right? The shadow is pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Okay, I'm pointing out, I'm going to hold this up there. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. That's the important thing. That's what you're being called to take a look at, to heal. That it does take energy and action for you to grow, for you to get more money, for you to get more love, to get more of the tangible things that you want. Anything that you're trying to manifest, the problem is that you're staying in your comfort zone and not feeling like you have to take action. It says energy, that change requires energy and action. You're trying to say, no, I can manifest what I want. I can just sit here on the banks and manifest anything I want. Well, you can, right? Except that you can't, because if you don't take action on those things that you're trying to manifest, then the universe doesn't feel like you have any, desire for it, any passion. If you don't act, there's one thing to put it out to the universe and say, this is what I want. It's a completely different thing to say, I want this, and this is the action I'm taking to start the ball rolling. So your light attribute is romantic charm and potential for power. You can charm people into, you have a way of charming people, of having them feel like they're safe and secure in your arena, right? And because of that, you can acquire so much. You may actually have people that give you things, right? Because there's this energy of, oh my goodness, look at just how charming Capricorn is. So that charm gets you to a certain point, right? But it's not action. So you may be sitting there going, yeah, but Mary Sue, when I get really charming, I can get what I want. Yes, except are you getting everything that you really want? It's about taking action. You may have charmed a farmer out of that cow, right? But now the cow is dried up and you're wanting more milk, or the cow's not producing as much milk as you want, right? Well, it's because you have to take some action. You have to go get another cow somehow. So your charm will get you to a certain point. The problem is that your ego is telling you, you're so charming, Capricorn, you don't have to take action. So let's take a look at your shadow attribute. It's the beggar. Dependency on others to the exclusion of effort. My goodness, this is all in alignment, right? I mean, it's kind of like all of your cards are saying the same thing. So you're very charming, right? So you can talk people out of things, but the problem is that you're in this low vibe because you're kind of coming from it with a woe is me attitude instead of, hey, I'm going to go out there and get what I want. I'm going to work for it. I'm going to put the time and the energy into it. So your shadow side is about, really kind of depending on other people to give you things, to provide things for you, to do things for you, instead of becoming self-sufficient and stepping into your power of knowing that you can rely on yourself, and taking action, to do that. So let's go to the tarot and see what we have at this time, because this, I feel, is something, it's almost like you're coming to the end of a cycle. I feel like this energy has kind of been in your readings for a while, and I feel like you've been working on healing that, right? Of going within and understanding that you have, because the light attribute here is confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Of understanding that you have the worthiness to provide for yourself. When you're in this beggar shadow attribute, it's because you feel like you can't provide it for yourself. You're not good enough. You're not worthy enough of having the things that you really want. So you kind of rely on people either giving them to you, or you just figure, oh, I'm just not going to get that because I'm not worthy. But here you are. You have this energy that you are, reinventing yourself. You're taking a look at this shadow attribute of the beggar and saying, wait a minute, if I want to be happy, instead of in the beggar type of energy, I'm going to take action. I'm going to leave this energy behind, and I'm going to go start taking action. Providing for myself, of stepping into an energy of bringing in those things that I really want. I'll put the time and energy into it. I'm a hard worker. I know I can do this, because you can, right? Okay, so let's see what oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, 2 of Wands. You're at a crossroads. Capricorn, it's funny doing these readings. Some people I feel are like at the beginning of a cycle with their soul's purpose. I feel like you have been in this. It's like you've been mucking around in this for some time. You're ready to drop the burden of this lesson. You're like, I am so done with this, Mary Sue. I am ready to go in a new direction. So let's see how you can finally drop the burden of all of this, of the burden of depending on other people to provide for you, of, feeling as if you can't provide enough for yourself. So, you have to rely on the good graces of other people. That's not a very safe and secure way of living, when you feel as if you have to rely on other people. And meanwhile, it may make you feel depressed. We read that. Yeah, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. It may make you feel depressed, because if you feel like you can't do it on your own, then it's kind of like, well, I'll just sit on the couch, right? And feel sorry for myself. So let's see what we have here. The Lover's on the bottom, Gemini energy, but it doesn't have to be, a Gemini. It's about choosing what is good for you. It's kind of, okay, here's a scenario they're giving me. If you rely on others to give you what you may want, okay, it's kind of like you may be, well, I need a new car, right? And so you're like, oh, maybe you're saying to your family, your friends, I need a new car, but I can't afford one. I only have this much money, or, whatever. And then somebody says, well, I was going to buy a new car. You could buy my car. It's, a newer model than yours. It has extra safety features on it. It's bigger, whatever. And you're kind of like, well, I don't know. How much would you want? And they give you a really good price on it, right? And so you go ahead. You may even go ahead and buy this car. But because it's at such a good price, because it's a family member that feels sorry for you, because you're in your beggar, I'm kind of exaggerating here, right? But you're in this beggar shadow attribute. But it's not really the car that you really want. It's not the right color. It guzzles gas, it needs new tires. It's really not what you really want, but you're willing to take it because, well, that's all I can afford, or whatever. So the problem here, Capricorn, is that when you're in that type of energy, that's all you're going to be attracting, because it keeps you in a low vibe. When you turn it around and you say, you know what, I am dropping the burdens of feeling like other people maybe need to help me out, and I'm going to go start relying on myself to acquire the things that I really want. I'm going to go buy maybe not a brand new car, but I'm going to go buy a car that's the kind of car that I would like. Maybe it's not the real car that I really like, but it's something I can afford, and at the same time, it's more in line with what I really want. Then you're taking action. The universe notices this. then they bring more opportunities for you to take action on. When you're sitting there feeling like things aren't happening for you, there's not even a raft in that river, right? There's no ship that's going to come your way because you're not showing the universe that you're willing to work for it. And yet the hard thing is, Capricorn, you're a hard worker. It's like you're putting your time and energy into the wrong things. So it's about taking a look. Here's your inner child, something from childhood. You maybe had a hard time deciding what it is that you really wanted from as a child. You didn't take action on it. Maybe even as a child, you felt like, well, it's not worth it. It's not going to happen. I really feel like you may have either had some traumatic situation as a child in this lifetime, or you may be bringing something from a previous lifetime that just always kind of leaves you in a sense of indecision, not really sure about what to choose as far as what it is that you want to manifest. It's kind of like, well, I don't know. And you kind of wait to see what, low vibe options show up instead of getting inspired and going within and saying, hey, this is what I really want. Okay, I'm going to go. Okay, it may take me some time. I may have to work really hard. But guess what? I'm going to go get what I really want. I'm going to get the kind of car I really want. I'm going to figure this out. I can do this because you can. Because you can. So your obstacle is, and you have had this in your energy for a long time, stepping into an energy of loving yourself, of feeling like you're worthy of the things that you really want in your life. I feel like when you feel as if you're stepping into an energy of choosing what it is that you really want, it brings conflict into your life. So that could be from childhood, maybe, I don't know, you had a situation when you were a child, you really wanted something, and, your siblings, maybe you were fighting with your siblings over the kind of bike, or something that you really wanted. It's almost as if you didn't get that when you were a child. So yeah, it's just left you in a sense of anxiety. I'm never going to get what I really want. Somebody could have busted your bubble in a way of dreaming when you were young. You could have had, like, I don't know why they're saying an older brother, but you could have had somebody like an older brother or a cousin or somebody that really kind of busted your bubble as far as, thinking innocently, right? With this childlike magical world that, the life is magical, They could have been, it could have been a bully. It could have been somebody that, was truly unkind. It kind of busted that bubble of innocence. And now you're kind of like stuck in an energy of not thinking you're worthy enough of, manifesting what it is that you want. They could have said something, especially if it's about love. They could have said something to you about, like, even kiddingly, like, say you have freckles or something like that. Oh, nobody, boys don't like girls with freckles or something like that. And now it's kind of like that has stuck with you, and you're kind of like, yeah, I'm never going to manifest love because I have these freckles. It's something, that was really painful and hurtful that happened when you were young, that is preventing you from truly loving yourself because you think of yourself as not lovable. Oh, I'm sorry, Capricorn. I think that is something to kind of explore, looking deep down at your fears of why you feel like you can't be victorious in this world, that you can't bring in what it is that you truly want. So your advice here, wow, lots of action. King of Wands, Knight of Wands, taking action, inspired action. Going within, figuring out what are you passionate about, Capricorn? What is it that you want? The Sun. Oh my gosh. And the Hierophant. You know, I feel like a lot of you want a long-term committed relationship. You know, something that is, you know, there is this sense of, you know, am I worthy of somebody that would really truly love me for life? And you're actually blocking it. You're blocking it because it doesn't matter. I feel like down deep there's some, you want somebody to truly love you for who you are, and yet you're stuck in this energy of not feeling worthy enough to even you know, get off the riverbank, get off the couch, and go buy the car that you really want. You know, so it's kind of almost like a vicious cycle. It's about breaking that cycle of, you know, Capricorn, one thing I don't know if this is resonating at all is to think of something small that you would really like for yourself. You know, maybe it's a small piece of jewelry, or I don't know, it's, you know, I don't know, they're something for your yard, or, you know, something that would mean something to you. And, you know, that's not super expensive, but something that you may have to save up for a little time. You know, like maybe 2 months or 3 months, not for a long time, because this is your baby step. So, you know, you really, you know, you may say to yourself, you know, instead of going out to eat once a week or something like that, you go out every other week, and then the weeks that you don't go out, you take that money and you put it in a little jar or something like that, right? Like, have the tangible. I think the tangible is really important for you at this time. Have the tangible cash, and instead of, you know, going out and spending $30, $40 on dinner or something, you know, take that money and put it in a jar or something. A clear jar. They're showing me a clear jar so that you can see the money as it is accumulating. And then, you know, after 2 or 3 months, you know, having the money, you know, understanding that you're committing to yourself to get something that you're inspired to have, whatever that may be, that you're doing this for you, and that you're willing to perhaps forego something that you're okay with, you know. I'm not a big eater-outer, so to give up going out to dinner is not a big deal for me. But for you, it might be a bigger deal. But whatever it is that you're kind of like foregoing in order to show yourself how much you love yourself, you know, yeah, you know, something that is a reminder to you. I really feel like if it could be something that you wear, like, you know, a piece of jewelry or something that you could wear that's kind of like a symbol. I'm doing this for me, you know, stepping into this passion of doing something for yourself, of really kind of detaching, you know, this is your energy, Capricorn, the devil is your energy, but also stepping into your power to detach from this belief that you have that you're not worthy, of understanding that you are worthy of whatever it is that you want, including love. But I think you have to start with the tangible, you know, and then when you commit to that, and start building your self-confidence, your self-love, then you can, oh yeah, oh my goodness, the Hanged Man. You know, getting a different perspective of something, a difficult ending, okay? And for a lot of you, it could have been a long-term committed relationship. It could have been your marriage, or it could have been the marriage of your parents. But something ended, right? Getting a different perspective, understanding, okay, that just opened me up to what it is that I really want, right? Maybe understanding that the person that you were married to really wasn't on your path to be on your path forever. You know, that this really wasn't the true love that you were wanting. Because you have the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. You got love coming your way, Capricorn. It is understanding that when you detach yourself from things that you didn't get, you know, detach yourself from the energy of feeling deprived, depressed, pessimistic about difficult endings you've had in the past, or things that did not work out the way that you wanted them, then you can step into an energy of bringing in what you do want. Oh, how interesting. And that is all part of the law of attraction, understanding that we do have to give up that negative energy, give up the things that, are holding us back. So what do we have here? Am I on the right path? Sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We lose trust in the process and question if we are even on the right path at all. Know this, you are on the right path. Keep going, keep believing, keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you are currently fulfilling in every area of your life. Even if you don't see it, that doesn't mean it's not real. Today, search for all the ways you are aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. And I want to come back. You're kind of like, okay, wait a minute, what's my path? Your path is to shine light and love out to the rest of the world. We all have that soul purpose, right? Your purpose is to, I feel like, to shine your light and love out to the world and attract a true soul mate for yourself, to attract those tangible things that you really want, because you rise up to a high vibration of understanding that you are worth the time and effort that it's going to take in order to take action and manifest these things into your life. So, know that you are on the right path, that, things that have come to an end. Where's my difficult ending card? Here it is. Things that have come to an end that were really difficult, painful situations. Perhaps some of you even had this bully or somebody that popped, your childlike magical bubble in the past. Whatever this is, right? That was even on your path. It was on your path to help you to open up to this understanding that you are worthy, no matter what somebody said or what somebody did or how somebody ended something. It's about understanding that you have the right, and almost like the responsibility, right, to step into your happy, to get up off the banks of the river and go take action towards those things that you want to manifest in your life. Because this will help to kickstart your phoenix rising, rising from the ashes, understanding that after difficult endings come beautiful, magical beginnings. Really lovely energy. Okay, so here's your angel card, gratitude. Thank you. This is a heartfelt thanks to you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are eternally blessed. May peace, grace, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. So I'm coming back. That is your soul's purpose right there. Unconditional love. When you love unconditionally, everyone in your path and everyone that when you step into that energy of loving everyone that you come in contact with, or even people that have hurt you in the past, when you step into that energy of sharing your love and light to the rest of the world, magic happens. The childhood magic returns. Well, I'm going to leave it there, Capricorn. What an uplifting message. Really lovely here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider commenting, or subscribing. I also do personal readings, so if you're interested, please check the description box below. The link is in there. And I do wish you so much love and light in this situation, all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.